that background. Fabulous. So here we are for the Wednesday workshop, and we are carrying on from where we left off. That's the word I'm after. Um, on the last session, where we've done the kind of initial hypnotic exercises, and I know you're all proficient with those now. Yeah, of course. And it is as simple as it looks. It's so and we'll have a breakout room just to go through those just to refresh, and then we'll be going into actual kind of a couple of variations on the same thing for um, the actual induction part of hypnosis, and obviously because we're doing this on camera and on Zoom, it's there's a myriad of different ways of taking people into hypnosis, um, from conversation to I think I shared the Zap video that time, and they're pulling them off their feet. Um, there's lots of different ways, and some of them involve actually being able to make contact with people, and obviously we're a bit limited on that. But I'm going to basically share with you the method that I've used the most when it comes to doing hypnosis online, and we'll have breakout rooms for you to practice that as well. And that's what I do. So I don't want to go into lots and lots of stuff. I just want to kind of recap on the set pieces, and then um, go through the next step, and make sure you've got time to have a go at that. Make sure I'm not going to cough first. So I'm going to recap the initial part, um, and then we'll move on from there with the breakout room. So I'm going to do that literally by taking everybody through a couple of the set pieces just to refresh your memories. So, oh, hang on, Susan's. Look, the postman's turned up late and she's got to go.
Sorry. I think my husband was about to deliver me a cup of coffee.
Ooh, was
I
he?
told him not to.
Oh, I'd have chased him.
Well, he
Where
hasn't
go,
made it.
go.
I heard the kettle going on, so that's
Uh,
why I don't care.
I feel bad drinking mine now. You've not got one.
Promise I'm not going to move my hands if I hear
So
the word demo.
that's demo. That's it. Yes, yes. Well remembered. I'm actually going to get round to putting the notes together from that this between now and the end of the week. So as they'll finally be done. But with this and everything, it's been there. So I'll make sure I've got enough room back. So I'd like to share with you an experience, something you can all have a go at and enjoy. And there's nothing to do with this other than just following the instructions to the best of your ability. I love the fact that everyone's just raring up and ready. They're like, yeah, let's do this. I've moved back. There's space for my camera. I'm not going to knock everything over. It's perfect. Uh, Obviously, if you're doing this out and about, that's your kind of health and safety bit. That's you looking out, making sure there's nothing anyone can bang themselves, trip over if they're stood up or whatever. So, there's so many of these, but we'll do the ones that we've done already. Put your hands out like this for me. That's it. Bring them together. Depending on who you're doing this with, if you know the people, if they're a little bit kind of more spiritual minded, if they're into things like energies and that kind of thing, you can put your hands out like this, put them together like this, and build a bit of energy for me. It's just a nice little add in. Then bring your hands like this, point your fingers up to the ceiling. That's it. You might as well all do it straight away, straight on. That's it. In a moment, I'll ask you to open those about an inch apart. When you do that, just look at the gap in the middle. That's it. Take a nice deep breath. As you breathe out now, I want you to imagine that your fingers are magnets, and those magnets are just going to start pulling those fingers closer and closer together. When they touch, and they will touch, just close your eyes for me. That's right. That's wonderful. And keeping those hands together, just holding that for me. Wonderful. Fabulous. And so I want you to think of somebody that means the world to you. You love them, they love you. Be anyone from a family member to a best friend. If you're having one of those days where you just can't be doing with people, think of a pet. If you've never had a pet, think of your friend's pet that you love even more because you never had to clean up after it. Yeah. And just thinking of that love now. And in fact, don't just think about it. Allow yourself to connect to that wonderful feeling, that wonderful feeling. And as you're connecting to that feeling, listening to my voice, I don't know where you begin to notice this now. Whether it's the fingers or the palms, wherever that is, you start to notice whatever that is that allows your hands to begin to lock and stick tighter and tighter together. But as you notice that now, just allow that to continue to the point that you are certain that your hands cannot be pulled apart. And when you are certain that your hands cannot be pulled apart, just gently test them. Try to pull them apart. That's it. Wonderful. And in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 3. Your eyes will be wide open. You'll be feeling great, ready to have a go at this. You'll just find it easy, just natural to just guide through it, remembering those steps. It's 1, 2, 3, eyes open, and your hands can just drift apart. So that's what we're going to do first of all. Breakout rooms, take each other through to that point. Once the fingers are closed, eyes closed, there's a couple of things going on. One, ask them to think of somebody that means something, somebody they love, or if everyone's doing your head in a pet, if nothing else, that bit usually gets a bit of a laugh, and when people laugh, they're relaxing, so you're already helping them. So like this, and think of somebody that means the world to you, and just allow that feeling, connect with that feeling, and as you're doing that, you'll notice I never actually said what it was that was going on with the hands. I didn't say notice where that starts to stick or notice where you begin to feel it like a magnet. I literally said, I don't know where you begin to notice that. What on earth am I talking about? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. One of the things with hypnotic language is about being artfully vague. So your language is implying something is happening, even if, and it could be anything, but that's the power of it. Because if I say notice that, you might notice that your elbows are starting to ache. Well, maybe that's what I'm talking about. You may notice that your fingers feel a bit tight. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Maybe it's a hot day and you notice your palms are getting a bit sweaty. So maybe that's what I'm talking about. I'm not telling you what I'm talking about. I'm just saying notice that. Could be anything. But then what I do is allow a bit of time for you to notice something, and then I link it to the idea that the hands could be sticking together. I never say directly your hands are sticking together. I'm saying notice that, whatever that is, that allows your hands to stick and lock together. So I'm then inferring that whatever they're noticing is allowing them and allowing their hands to stick and lock together. So, yeah, but notice that, whatever that is that allows your hands to stick and lock together. And as you notice that, again, I'm not telling you what that is that you're noticing. I'm just saying you're noticing that. But there is the implication now that whatever you notice is connected with your hands sticking. Allow it to continue. Well, what is it? I've not actually said anything. What is it? What is that? So it's whatever as the person going through it is now paying attention to. So like, I'm aware of the pressure of this thumb on that thumb. So let's say it's that. I'm like, so hands together. I was thinking about that, love. And as you begin to notice that, so as me doing it, I'm noticing the pressure on my thumb. Whatever that is, well, it's the pressure on my thumb. For me, for you, it'll be something completely different. That allows your hands to begin to stick and lock tighter, which I'm almost giving as an instruction. And as you notice that, allow it to continue. Well, for me, it's just allowing that pressure on my thumb to continue because that's what I've been noticing. Allow it to continue until you are certain your hands are stuck. And there's a slight pause from until, because I'm actually not saying until your hands are stuck. I'm saying until your hands are stuck, which is actually a suggestion. It's a direct suggestion of your hands are stuck. So allow that to continue until you are certain your hands are stuck. And then test them. Try to try to pull them apart is better than open, because what can happen if you say try to open, people do this. Well, yes, you can do that. And the moment you do that, you can do this. So when if you demo this, you can even show that like that, but try to pull them apart gives more of an impression of doing this. So have a go, get to the point where you have the hand stick locks like this. And then to bring them out, 1, 2, 3, eyes open, feeling great, hands can come apart. Yeah? So we'll do a breakout room. You can practice that once through. I'm going to give that, because I've thought a bit more about it. It would be better if the phone was actually on the screen with the clock on it. There we go, that's better. We'll give it 10 minutes, which should be 5 minutes each way. If you get through it quick and you want to go for another go through, go for it. And I will, how many do we want? 2. And I will catch up with you. I might drop into the rooms, or I might grab a cough sweet because I can feel my throat tickling. It'll be one or the other. But I'll see you in 10 minutes maximum. See you in a tick. Or you might need to click the things.
All right, sorry.
There you go. It might say join the room. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah, we managed to get our bullet.
got all your bullet points. Good, good. Sally's just nipped off to get some painkillers. So how did you find that? Well, might as well have a bit of a chat. Yeah, thumbs up. Did you? Certainly when I dropped in, everyone was doing great. So any questions around it? Any thoughts around it?
Can I ask a question? Not
You can, yeah.
related to the thing, because what I didn't take notes before, and then
Hmm.
I was struggling to remember. So when you were talking before, I took notes. So I'm sort of writing, and then when I was doing it, I was looking at the note. When you were saying you put some notes together at the end of the week, does that mean you'll be provided?
That was for the workshop I did a couple of weeks back.
Oh, right. Okay. Got that. So I'll take
But
that.
I'm happy to share, because most of that's probably relevant to in here as well. So I can put them in the group as well. Um, and I've got. Oh, I still got. Let me just check something, because if I have, I shall sort something right now whilst we're waiting for Sally. In fact, give me a moment. I've got to remember how to you think, oh, I'll tidy up my desktop and reshuffle everything. And now I don't know where everything is. There we go. Is it that one? Is that the complete thing? Means nothing at the moment to anyone other than me whittering to myself when I say that. There we go. That's what we'll pass on for you. Let's do that. Right, let me just sort this out, and then I'll try to see if I can use the technology of Zoom to do what I want to do with this. Let's put it in there and I'll know where it is. Change that to that, that to that. Save. Has that worked? It's doing stuff. Yes, there we go. No, yeah, that's what I want. There we go. Let's click that. Get rid of that. There we go. So that was good timing. Now let me see. I'm sure there is. Allow applicants to. Okay, yeah, I want to do that. I've not done this before, so I have to bear with. Ooh, what's that? Protect from templates. I think this is how I do it. We've not done it before. Where's it gone? It's disappeared. It was there. Oh, hang on. That's bizarre. It's gone. I'll do it a different way. Whiteboards notes. There's got to be a way of sharing that like that. Oh, I know. I know. Oh, hang on. My doc co-edit. Is there an upload? No. Okay, let's do it this way. I've remembered another way of doing it. Can I screenshot? There we go. This will work now. I'm honest, it will. Yes. So in the chat, I got there. You will notice I have just placed ping. It's uploading now. There you go. A PDF document. That is the original book on hypnosis that I put out. You Can Do It Hypnosis. That has pretty well everything we're doing in here and some in it, which it'll have this. It will have some other bits and pieces. Might not have the induction we're going to do, but it's got a lot of stuff in there for you to get it and have a read of. It's only 60 pages because it's quite concise. It's more like just this is how you do it. Have a go. But yeah, that has everyone got that?
Showing my, it came up at the bottom, showing my complete ignorance of technology. When you say it's in the chat, you mean your website?
No, in the chat on the if you click on the Zoom
Oh, on the Zoom, right?
chat,
Okay,
and
good.
then there should be for everyone it says hip.pdf, and if you hover over it, it should give you a download. Sally's got it.
Okay, right. So I could download this. It's now
Yep,
on my desktop. So if I click on that for the minute,
yep.
uh, oh, I don't know what I've done now. Oh, you can do it. So it's, and then I somehow download it, do I?
Yeah, if you
Over.
hover over it, you get it should bring up a little square with an arrow with the download arrow in it, and then you just click it. I'm not going to click it because otherwise you'll end up with like 101 copies of it. But if you then just click in that corner, it should then start to download it to your computer. It usually sticks it in a Zoom folder in the
It brings
documents
up,
or
yeah, it brings up a box and you can save it wherever you want.
in fact, if I tell you what I can do, I
I
just that's everyone back. Let me just do this. There we go. So, did everyone have a go? Yeah. How did you find it? How'd you get on with that? Any questions?
No,
No.
I think it's a matter of practice. I know when I was counting 10 to 1 and I was trying to think, right, what did you say? So I kept repeating. So I think I need to practice the pattern. I think I actually need not to practice on a person,
Hmm.
but like you say, a teddy bear.
Yeah, teddy bear, the cat,
Yeah.
anyone, anyone, anything. you know, um, it's just getting familiar with the sequence. That's the most important bit. The words then follow. Um, and yeah, and just the more times, like you say, the more times you go through it, the more you'll discover that you just it starts flowing. You find there's nothing wrong with going 10, relax, 9, relaxing, 8, just relax, 7. How much more can you relax to 5 as you relax all the way to 4, relaxing even more than before as you continue to relax to 3 and 1, relaxing all the way. So, you can use the same word, um, or you can intersperse, and I can't remember which group I mentioned this in, but you don't always have to go 10 word 9. That's just how we've done
Mm.
it this time. If you get feels more natural to you to go, so I'm going to start counting from 10 down to 0. 10 is where you are now. 0 can be wonderfully relaxed in a wonderful state of hypnosis, just looking within and listening to my voice. That's 10, 9, drifting, floating through time and space. 9, 8, like a butterfly, gently flapping, descending. 7, 6, 5, like a feather, floating, drifting down. 4, 3, all the way to 2 and 1. So you can do it that way. I do find naturally, without thinking about it, that I do certainly once I get to 5, my voice, I don't really change my voice, but I slow down the pace of my voice to indicate with my voice what I want people to be doing as well. Um, I I can't say whether that's something I was taught to do or whether it's just something that I've found naturally happens as I'm following that sequence. Um, but I'll share it with you because it's something, it's again to play with. If if you're going 10, relaxing, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you're not gonna do it. So it makes sense that your voice kind of takes on that just calmer, more steadier uh pace as you do it. Fabulous. That is that is today's session. That's just that. It's the recap on what we've done, slightly different way of doing that because the more ways you approach it, the better. And the actual induction, taking someone in. And the important thing when you bring somebody out is you give them clear instructions that are going to come out feeling good, feeling energized, feeling relaxed. But think about it. If they've got to go somewhere afterwards, do they need to feel relaxed? Because actually being relaxed isn't always what that person needs. So if you can get an idea of, if they've got a meeting to go into, maybe they actually need to feel focused. So, 10, I'll count from 1 to 3. Your eyes will be open. You'll be feeling wide awake, refreshed, really focused and ready for whatever's going on. Or if that person is just hoping to have a chilled afternoon, then you go, and you'll come out feeling ready to just really relax and chill out this afternoon. So you tailor it to the person that you're talking with. Any questions on any of that, or is that good? There's enough to practice there. And again, I'd encourage if you can hook up on Zoom if you want to practice in between the weeks to do this. Um,
One thing I would say is it is very handy going back through the sessions because I've been pausing them because it means
mm,
you can just take a bit in and then
yeah,
make sure you've got that bit and then stop it to
yeah. And the
to help
book,
do it.
the PDF book breaks down this.
Mm.
It's that long ago that I put it together. I can't remember the actual I haven't read it for ages. The different techniques and how it's worded, but the sequence and the pattern of the exercises and the induction will be the same. So that's almost like works like a little handbook, so you can read that and see that within it. Um, and also just for if you've got a cup of tea and 5 minutes spare, jump on YouTube, Google hypnotic inductions, and you'll come up with all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Some of it you'll recognize from what we've done. Um, Others will be completely different. But what you'll begin to notice is there's certain similarities. There's certain in the background, there's certain processes going on which regardless are the same, which is basically that grabbing attention, holding that attention, directing the attention, and pacing and leading into that. We'll get into that side of things as well with time. Fabulous. Well, I shall get this recording up and ready to watch again. Like I say, have a read through the booklet. It's I think 60 pages, I think, when I glanced at it. But it breaks down the fundamental basics. The idea of that booklet is that you can read it and just practice it. And that covers pretty well what we're doing up to this point now. Fabulous. Well, have a great weekend. I'm hoping that come this time next week, and certainly by Monday, the last of this cold will be gone. Everyone locally has been saying it took about 3 weeks. Well, this is week 3, so hopefully we'll be feeling brighter and more energy, ready to do more. Fabulous. Take care, everyone. Have a good week and a wonderful week, and I'll see you on Monday. And if you want, if you've got a question about any of this in the meantime, just drop it in the Facebook group. Yeah, just go, because actually you might have a question about what we've covered, or you might go, oh, in such and such video, what can you go into this a bit more? If you put it in the Facebook group and I respond to it in the Facebook group, that actually then builds up more info in there for you to kind of draw on as well.
Mm.
Fabulous. Okay, have a good one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.